10 Reasons a Pisces Will Betray You. Hello, and welcome to Pisces Horoscope, presented by Signs of the Stars. In this video, we will be discussing top 10 reasons why a Pisces man is driven to betray you. These reasons don't justify their actions, of course, but they might help you understand how their warped brain works. If you're interested in watching more videos on this zodiac sign, subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you're the first to know when we upload a new video. The way someone behaves is affected by their star sign, more or less. And let me tell you, a Pisces man can be really erratic. In this list, we will see the main reasons that lead to the natives of this sign to be unfaithful, unreliable, and extremely insecure. Although Pisces is more likely to be the one to be betrayed in the first place, that doesn't eliminate the chances of them stabbing you in the back. Fact 10. Pisces have few sides. If you've met Pisces at a time when they look great and are the type of person who opens up to everyone, I'm sorry to tell you that's just one of their many sides. Chances are that when they make the switch, you won't even recognize that super friendly person anymore. Did you think you knew them well? So prepare to feel betrayed, because each face they show you are a part of a whole. Once they get bored of showing you just one side of themselves, they won't mind acting in a cruel way if they feel like it. Fact 9. Everything they do has been premeditated. Since they are ruled by Jupiter, Pisces are very intelligent people, capable of getting their own way in any situation using their elaborate schemes. That's why they are never caught before it's too late. They are thieves who have their plan of action studied in detail, but since no crime is perfect, neither are their adventures. So, in the end, they get caught, but after a long time, because they make you feel that everything is fine and that you are important to them. Their betrayal tactics are only as good as their flirting tactics. One moment, they will tell you how much they appreciate you, and next, they will date their lover. Nothing is ever enough for them, as Jupiter is the planet of expansion. Fact 8. They come first, second, and third. Most of the time, Pisceans are self-obsessed. Their ego doesn't allow them to position themselves after others, and when they forget the altruistic lie they desperately repeat, they won't mind choosing themselves over anyone else. And they won't even own up to it, as they are in denial about it, which might make it even worse. They are practically insatiable. That's why they will always seek the best for themselves so broadly that they won't mind breaking promises or putting you aside if that allows them to avoid an awkward situation. If the time comes, they won't even mind giving away private information. So, the next time you are trusting Pisces with something, you can expect anything out of the blue. Fact 7. They take stuff way too personally. Because they feel everything on another level, they tend to be hypersensitive. Everything you tell them will have an impact on them. This brings them serious difficulties when it comes to differentiating when things should and should not offend them. You'll often feel like you're walking on eggshells when you're with them, and they will use you hurting your feelings as justification for anything dicey that they may decide to do to you. Even when they don't mean it, if you've criticized them or made a joke, they'll spend hours thinking about it. As a consequence, Pisces people tend to remember past events longer than most of the other zodiac signs. They file them away in their memory in such a way that those memories are at their fingertips in case they want to throw it in their face during a discussion or justification of a scenario. They will always twist the narrative so you're the bad person and they are the wronged one. And they are always collecting information that they can use to cast you in a bad light. Fact 6. They're the least trustworthy sign. A Pisces mind is constantly changing, and while this can make them creative, it also makes them want to go with the next thing or person they find most inspiring. They can't help it. Their ideas point in too many directions. This is partly explained by their rulers, Jupiter and Neptune. Jupiter is all about expansion, so they are always thirsty for more. Neptune, on the other hand, blurs the boundaries between things. Do they still seem like good friends or lovers to you? Just wait for things to get tough. They will be the first to jump off the boat. This happens because they don't tolerate problems or anything that isn't perfect or beautiful, since that's how their fantasies are. They won't fight for anything that they consider inferior to these. Part of having a long, lasting relationship with someone is having your feet firmly planted on the ground, and this is a core quality that is simply foreign to Pisces. Fact 5. They can often be impressionable. Since Pisces are very idealistic people, they can often be easily swayed and drawn away to get that new, sparkly stuff. If a more assertive person suggests something, a Pisces will often go along with it, both because they're very optimistic and because they want to keep the peace by being agreeable. While this may initially seem like it only affects them, sooner or later you will find yourself in a strange and frustrating situation. That one Pisces you trust now listens to someone else and does whatever that person says, even if it means ignoring you or hurting you. Being loyal to other people is a concept that they can't quite understand.
Now, before we continue with the countdown, we have a special treat for you. Unlock your psychic powers. Many go through life not using the powers that have been gifted to them. Most don't even know where to go to learn how to use these powers. Click the link below in the video description to join the Psychic School and take your free course that will help you unleash your true powerful self. Gain the power to understand dreams and outer body experiences. Gain the power of awareness of the spirits around you and even talk to them. Learn the power to access your past life. Learn the power to do readings for yourself and others. Small disclaimer, these powers are not meant for use of evil purposes, so if you intend to use these gifts for evil or to harm others, then this message is not for you. But all others, click the link below in the description and join the Psychic School for your free course and become your true powerful self. Now back to the countdown.
Fact 4. They are too concerned about hurting you to admit they were unfaithful. Although it may sound like a bad joke, it is true. If Pisces are going through a rough patch in their relationships, they might find themselves starting to fantasize about what other people, which most of the time ends up developing into a full-blown affair. They will justify the strangest actions as not really cheating. They have no qualms about having lots of emotional intimacy with someone they are attracted to or sending nudes to a stranger. People born under this sign hate being the bad guy in their relationship. This means that owning up to their mistakes is not an option for them, as that would force them to face the terrible consequences of their own actions. That's one reason why, even if they are caught, they will never admit to being unfaithful. It's like dealing with a child, as what makes an adult is the ability to take ownership for what they do. Fact 3. They can be their own worst enemy. Pisces can be unstable and even neurotic. That's why many times they will be the ones who boycott their relationships with other people. Half the time, they won't believe you when you tell them you care. And when they think that maybe they don't deserve your good deals, they will start to distance themselves, which can seem like a poor payment for your kindness and effort to understand them. If they boycott themselves, how can you expect them not to boycott your relationship? Healthy relationships are built by two people who love themselves. If one of them is their own worst enemy, it's near impossible that the relationship will lead to positive outcomes. You're better off with someone else who has a solid foundation of self-love. This person is more likely to stick to their end of the agreement and be faithful to you. Backstabbers often stab their own backs first. Fact 2. The trust you both have built can be thrown away in seconds. When Pisceans don't have an anchor to the earth to keep them stable, they will start to overlook their intuition and trusting in fantasies. This can leave them confused about what is or is not real. As a result, this will make them codependent on their partners or incredibly cold, depending on the severity of the scenario they have created in their minds. How much can you really trust someone who doesn't have a good grasp on reality? If they are living in a lie, it simply makes them more likely to act in questionable ways, as they can't realistically see how one of their actions might hurt you. If Pisces hasn't taken the time to develop their communication skills, they will be the first to apply the law of ice to you when they feel hurt. And of course, when all the trust you have created together is constantly threatened by their imagination, a dream, or a silly misunderstanding, you might feel betrayed, with good reason. Fact 1. They will not respect your time. Unfortunately, for all those who have a Pisces in their life, this is one of their most common traits. Because they are ruled by Neptune, they have no limits and are hypersensitive to people and the world. So, they evade as a self-defense mechanism that, worst-case scenario, can push them to escape to alcohol or drugs. They may also resort to oversleeping, overeating, and simply distracting themselves to numb their existence. They are never centered, so Pisces people will have serious problems when it comes to meeting deadlines, appointments, and anything else that has been previously agreed upon. They are too busy running away from reality to consider that you and everyone else live in it. So yeah, the fish is slippery and complicated. They hide their complexes under numerous layers of self-loathing. This explains why, when they ruin their relationships, it almost seems like they do it by mistake. You should also know they will never give in and admit to cheating. They don't want to hurt you, or rather, they don't want to become the one to blame. Whether it was because of his great imagination or because you have hurt him in some way, you should keep this in mind. The chances of being betrayed by Pisces are slim, but never zero. If you have an important Pisces in your life, you may want to subscribe to our channel. We upload content on this zodiac sign regularly. Ring the bell so you're the first to be notified about our new uploads, and like the video if you agree. Did we miss an important reason? Let us know in the comments.